Good morning to everyone. My name is Stacey-Ann, and today's devotion will be on contentment. Philippians chapter 4, verses 11 through 13 tells us, "Not that I speak from want. I have learned content in whatever circumstance I am. I know how to get along by humble means, and I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength." The Oxford Dictionary tells me that contentment is happiness or satisfaction. For me, however, contentment is freedom, and it comes from within. When I was much younger, I was so discontented with my life because I allowed any and everybody to paint on my canvas. I felt like my world was crumbling, like crashing and falling apart, and I felt stuck. I was so discontented with my life that I wanted to be like others, at least those whom I thought had the perfect life. Many years later, however, after surrounding myself with positive people and taking the positives from life, I was able to paint a new canvas. And then I realized, well, girl Stacey, life ain't as bad as you think it is, You have a whole body. All your limbs are intact. You have clothes to wear. You have a house to live in. And you could even complain a little about the foods you like and those that you dislike. There are some people in this world who don't have the privilege of having any of these things, or at least some of them, and yet they seem so happy and content. You don't feel that you should be contented too? When I ask myself, is my life that bad? Are my needs being met? Right. When I thought about it and the answer came back as no, I felt so happy that I can have the privilege to have these things. Contentment is not the fulfillment of what you have. It is the realization of how much you have already. Sometimes the happiest people in the world aren't necessarily the ones who have achieved everything in life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should not want to achieve things or have nice things. What I'm saying is that it doesn't make you happy or content. Along the way, I kind of figure out that contentment can be learned. When I understood this, I worked on it every day, like taking my medication. Even Paul in Philippians chapter 14 verses 11 through 13 said he had to learn contentment, not that he always was contented. In closing, I have found these few things have helped me along the way. Trust. Romans 8:28. We know all things work together for good to them that love God, to them that are called according to his purpose. Accepting God's provision for me. Luke 12:24. Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom. Yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than birds? Philippians 4:19. And my God will meet all your needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Serving others. Hebrews 6:10. God is fair. He will not forget the work you did and the love you showed for him by helping his people. And he will remember that you are still helping them. My attitude. Ephesians 4:31 to 32. Do not be bitter or angry or mad. Never shout angrily or say things to hurt others. Never do anything evil. Be kind and loving to each other. Forgive each other, just as God forgave you in Christ. I try to apply these attributes daily to my life. And I realize that God will not sustain me in some things, but in all things. Have a wonderful and blessed day.